another wolf had picked up a call. Sometimes way over on Cape Rover, another wolf picks up a call. And suddenly the air is full of wolves howling. Ooh, you look at each other, and we run indoors, and we take all our coats and sit round the fire, and I tell them the story of the last wolf. Listen, can you hear the wolves howling in every hill? Once there were no wolves in this country, and this is how it happened. The people were afraid of the wolves. They said they killed their young cattle and sheep, and their howling frightened the children. So every time they let a wolf, they killed it. Until at last, there was only one wolf left. And the hunters captured it and brought it to the king, who was so sorry for it because it was the last of his race. He had a big cage built and appointed a royal keeper. But the wolf walked up and down, up and down. His eyes were wild. He sent the best food from his table, but still the wolf walked up and down, up and down. His eyes were wild. The king had a bigger cage built with rocks and trees and cane, but still the wolf walked up and down, up and down. His eyes were wild. The king was worried because he knew the grey wolf would die. So one day he opened the gates of the palace, he opened the gates of the cage, and he said, "Grey wolf, you are free to go." And Grey Wolf stood at the door of his cage, and he heard the wind howling in the trees. Where is the grey wind, the grey wolf who used to howl with me in the winter? And he heard the voice of the river. Where is Grey Wolf who used to lap my water? He heard the voice of the cave. Where is Grey Wolf who used to warm my bones in the winter? He didn't hear another wolf. He lay down and put his head on his paws, and he wouldn't move. The king was desperate because he knew that Grey Wolf was going to die. And he called to the moon and he said, "Moon, help me to save Grey Wolf." And the moon said, "Tomorrow night, when I am at my full strength, I will save Grey Wolf." The next night, they opened the gates of the palace, and they opened the gates of the cage, and the people stood outside the palace, and the courtiers stood in the courtyard, and the king himself came out and stood in the snow, and waited for the moon to rise. And when the moon rose, the moon did its magic. Out of moonbeams it created a silver wolf, silver fur and silver feet and silver fangs. And the silver wolf came and landed outside the palace, and put back its head and howled. And Grey Wolf dropped near. Then the silver wolf howled again, and Grey Wolf got quickly to his feet and howled in reply. Then unsteadily Grey Wolf crossed the courtyard to the gates of the palace. And the silver wolf and the Grey Wolf looked at one another. Then Grey Wolf trotted over, and the two wolves sniffed one another and licked to wag their tails. And then the silver wolf began to shake itself, like a dog coming out of the river, and silver sparks flew everywhere. When it had finished shaking, it was no longer a silver wolf, but a grey she-wolf, except that the tip of every hair was touched with silver. The two wolves turned and trotted off into the forest. The next spring the king went hunting.
No.
He came across a wolf there, and there were 4 wolf cubs playing outside. Grey wolves, except that the tip of every hair was touched with silver. And the king smiled. He never hunted another